Okay, so we have everyone. So I'd like to call this meeting to order, the very first meeting of this year. So Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a wonderful break with your family and with your friends. And as you may all know, this year is the year of the rabbit. So the rabbit is known as a symbol of luck, fertility, and joy. And the rabbit is also a symbol of leaping. So it's the best year for everyone to take a leap and try new things. So for me, one of my New Year resolutions is to take a leap and do my speeches at Toastmasters Club. So I hope I could do it. Let's see by the end of this year. So anyway, without further ado, let's start the first meeting of this year. We have no guest today, so let me hand it over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ichiro Naito.
Thank you. Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. And today is the meeting number 165. And I think this club started on January 1st, 2016. So it's 7 years since we started. A great milestone. And today we don't have a meeting theme set. Happy New Year is our theme. So today we have some change in the agenda because of Toastmaster Kasuya couldn't make it. So let's start with the introduction of the roles. Start with the grammarian word meister. We asked Toastmaster Victor, to take these two roles. So Toastmaster Victor, please describe your role as a grammarian and word meister.
Thank you, Naito-san. Today I will be your grammarian, so I will take into account the good use of English and especially words and sentences that make sense. And at the end of the session, I will provide my report. As part of the word meister, I would like to give you today the word of the day, which is going to be epic. Epic is something very impressive, surpassing the ordinary. So hopefully this year, 2023, is an epic year. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster. Naito-san.
Thank you very much. The word of the day is epic, E-P-I-C, epic, impressive. Maybe it also has other meanings like a peak or something, something very impressive. Okay, let's make this an epic meeting. Next role is the R counter, Toastmaster Dice. Please describe your role.
Sure. Thank you. I'm the counter for the day. I'll be counting any so-called clutch words that you may speak during the entire meeting, and so forth, and then report back to you at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much. Next is the timer and vote counter, both by Toastmaster Stefano. Please describe your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naito. So as the timer, I'll be measuring the time during your speeches. I have one favor to ask today's attendees because I'm the speaker today. I was wondering if anyone could take the timer role during my speech.
Okay, I will do that.
Perfect. Thank you, thank you as well, Miyagi-san. Thank you, Naito-san, for covering. Mine will be an icebreaker speech, so the length will be 4 minutes for green, 5 minutes for red, and 5 minutes for yellow, and 6 minutes for red. Sorry, is my okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not used to. I was used to Zoom, so okay. I just need to click on apply, but I'll be using the virtual backgrounds to signal the passage of time. And as the vote counter, I'll be counting the votes. We'll be conducting votes during the table topics session. I won't be casting the vote unless there is a tie. So if you can please practice and select my name in the drop down, and can you just send me a test message? I'll make sure that the chat feature is working. I'll hand it back to you in the meantime, Toastmaster Naito. Thank you.
Okay, let me do the test message. Okay, thank you very much. Now I will, the next role taker is the photographer. Toastmaster Rie Araki, please describe your role.
Yes, as a photographer, I'll take photos of the members at the end of this meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, great. Now we'll move on to the prepared speech session. Today we have one speaker. As Toastmaster Stefano will be delivering his speech, and the evaluator is Toastmaster Rie. Please describe the speech objective.
Okay, the speech objective of Mr. Toastmaster Stefano's speech is to introduce himself to the club members and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Okay, back to you.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the icebreaker. I can't believe it's an icebreaker. It's the Dynamic Leadership Project 1. And the time of the speech is 4 minutes. Green, 5 minutes. Yellow, and 6 minutes. Red. After displaying the red, you still have 30 seconds to finish your speech. So, Toastmaster Stefano Spillo, the title of the speech is Where It All Started. Where It All Started. And stage is yours.
Happy New Year, club members. I think some of you might have finished 2022 looking to the future, but I'm the total opposite. I spent the last years of December looking to the past, thinking how I got here. Since 60% of the attendees work in the same firm, you might know that, work for a financial company. And I started working in the industry 12 years ago. And today I'd like to share what brought me to my current role, as the speech title says, why I am here. We'd have to go back to 2009 when I was an exchange student here in Japan at Rikyo University. Back then I was a student who used to just party a lot, drink, not think about the future. I was doing a generic management degree, so there wasn't too much specialization for me to pick anything. I guess the world was my oyster, but at the same time, I needed to specialize and think what I wanted to do. It all struck to me when one cold day of December, my beloved grandma, Nobuko-san, told my mom when she heard about my stories of partying and squandering a lot of the savings that my parents had beloved given me. She used the word "hayoinai," so someone who can't be counted upon, unreliable. And to me, those were probably the most hurtful words that I ever had in her. And I mean, I've been called worse things. It was like bonkura, other kind of words to define me, how average I was during my studies. But being unreliable was probably one of the most hurtful words that I heard, and it's something that caused me to action, especially as they came from my grandma, who's a person who I really respected for everything that she did for me. She really helped my family. So in that cold winter of 2009, I took a walk in Ikebukuro and came across this book off. Maybe you guys know the book off in Sunshine City. Rummaging and thinking what I want to do with my life. And since my Japanese reading wasn't the best, I always used to go to the foreign book section where I used to find some business books. And I came across this book called CFA that maybe might resound, especially for Toastmaster Dice Kono, who has shared the ordeal of studying for this exam. I flipped through the pages and a lot of the content was similar to what's covered from some of my undergraduate degrees. I started learning a bit about the financial industry, which back then I thought was narrow, but now I realize how broad the industry is. So without having too much of a passion or a vocation, I picked up that book and spent 510 yen to get a second-hand copy of one of the CFA books, not knowing that it was just one of the 6 big books. and I started reading and enrolled for the program. I'll be honest, I wasn't passionate about the industry of finance, but studying, I gradually became more and more interested. I think rather than the content, it was the path of having a goal that brought me together, that brought me a bit away from those mindless nights of drinking, but put me a bit more in a path, in something more meaningful. So having that happiness of setting a goal and studying towards something was for me happiness, and was secretly maybe something that made me think that it was something I could go to my grandma to say how reliable I had become. So 12 years has passed. I had a few, obviously a lot of failures on the way in studying for the exam. Overall, the successes and the satisfaction of overcoming those goals outweigh the bad moments. And the happiness of the taste of achieving things is something that trickled maybe outside of Toastmasters, of CFA, and has maybe even come within Toastmasters. The pathway and the goal achievement method is very good and very well set. So I guess I'd like to end this speech saying that it's important to think about the future, set goals, especially for 2023, and making this an epic year. But sometimes in our lives, when we are a bit busy, I think it doesn't hurt to think what has brought us where we are, to think about the past, and to see how our beliefs and mindsets have been shaped. So I don't know if I'm still the reliable person my grandma would define, but at least I'm happy that I'm working towards becoming more and more reliable, hopefully. Thank you. That's everything, and back to you, Tosa tonight.
Well, thank you very much for your great speech. Well, you are one of the most reliable BPEs that we've seen. So you are always being very reliable, and appreciate your support of the club. So let's take 1 minute to send comments. You can use the comment sheet. I think that was shared in the chat box. So let me start measuring 1 minute now. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, 1 minute. So I'd like to report the time of the speech. It was 5 minutes and 46 seconds. 5 minutes, 46 seconds. So within the time limit. Thank you very much for your very impressive, epic speech. Since today we only have one speaker, we won't be voting for the best speaker. You are automatically the best speaker. Congratulations. Okay, I'd like to now pass the control to the table topic master, Toastmaster Dice Kono. Floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. I am the table topic master of the day. Table topic is where we practice our impromptu speaking and learn to think on our feet, as they say. As we only have 5 people, please expect to be appointed, each and every one of you. Just to review, the table topic speech is 1 to 2 minutes, 1 minute green, 1.5 minutes yellow, 2 minutes red, and please wrap up by the end of 2.5 minutes to be eligible for voting. All right, so let's get right started. Well, it's the 5th day of the new year. So the theme today is the new year. And that includes things that happened last year too. So the first question is, what was the most unexpected thing that happened last year? What was the most unexpected thing that happened last year? And this question goes to Toastmaster Miyawaki.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Kono, for appointing me as the first speaker. So unexpected thing happened to me last year was, I turned to 51 last year, this year to 52. You know, the age doesn't stop. That's a sad reality. And I didn't really feel the age until very recently. I still have a good eyesight and stuff. Well, I wear glasses, but you know, people in my age do a lot of this, but I don't do that. I thought I was keeping good shape and stuff, but last year, yes, all of a sudden things started to happen. I had been grown with a not unbalanced backbone. I don't know how to call it, in a medical term, but my backbone shapes like S, clear S. This was since my elementary school years, and then I've been growing up with this for 40 years, nearly 50 years. And it started to hurt very badly. During the year-end and New Year holidays, I was suffering from the pain, and I couldn't really get up. So it was really difficult year-end holiday to me. So it was really I was not expected, but I've known this for many, many years that I have to take care of this and live with this. So again, we all cannot stop age. Please do take care of yourself. Take good care of yourself and spend epic year ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Miyawaki. It's interesting that you mentioned age, because that's one of the most expected things that should happen. Every year I expect to age 1 year, no matter what I do. Thank you for your story. Yes, health is very important. Okay, so the second question. In the West, Christmas tends to be the bigger holiday, I would say, whereas in Japan, New Year is the big holiday. Which do you prefer and why? So in the West, Christmas tends to be the big holiday, whereas in Japan, New Year's is the big holiday. Which do you prefer and why? This question goes to Toastmaster Victor Hirakawa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kono. Half of my life, I live on the west side of the world. So I experience pretty much Christmas and also the New Year. I would say it's quite different if you compare that to Japan. In Japan, once I experienced it once with a Japanese family when I was doing a student exchange program. And at that time, I experienced that New Year is a big holiday in Japan, but most families stay at home just watch TV and do nothing. Just having fun at home. That's all. Obviously, the next day on the first, you guys just go to the temple and do some shopping, things like that. But when I think about for example, in Peru, in my home country, New Year is a big festivity also. You just go to party. You just go with your friends. I mean, you just usually stay at home until midnight. Once midnight reaches, that's when the party starts. You go out with your friends. You go party until the next morning, until 6, 7 a.m. That's how usually I used to have the New Year holidays. And Christmas also is quite different. I mean, you get family together, you eat together, you have some fun, you open presents. But in Japan, it's not so much like that. It's more like a party for couples, mainly. It's not much like the West, as you mentioned. So I would say I would prefer the West side of the world, how the festivities come in. Recently in Japan, you can see in Shibuya, Shinjuku, I mean, those big parties having more and more, but still you cannot compare that to what you can see that in the West. At least in my home country, you have these big parties where people get together, maybe hundreds of people or dozens of friends, and you just party the whole night. Maybe I'm too old now, but I still prefer that, even though it's quite epic in that sense. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that cross-cultural comparison. All right, so let us go to the third question. If you could hit the reset button and do last year all over again, would you? Why or why not? So if you could hit the reset button and go back to exactly a year ago, would you do that? Why or why not? This question goes to Toastmaster Rie.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mr. Kono. I would say I would not push the reset button, because even if I press reset button, I think I will do the same thing as the last year, because last year was the entire first year is the year for my new job, and I spent many times following a new job and getting used to my new working environment, and I was working hard, but I could not imagine what I could do more, or if I could change to do, different things. So I think I tried my best to, get used to my working environment and get to know people in a new company. So that's something I tried the most last year. And even if I even if I told to do the last year again, I think I will do this. I will pick the same road and do the same thing, because that's something I can do at the best I can do for now. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You must have had a very good year if you wanted to repeat it, if you would choose the same year over again.
Yeah.
Just reminded me of the movie Groundhog Day. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. One of my favorites. Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Rie. How are we doing on time? We have time for 2 more questions? I guess we do, right? Right. All right, let's go to the next question. Okay. In Japan, the 3 most auspicious things to see in your first dream of the year is Mount Fuji, number 1. Number 2 is a hawk. And number 3 is an eggplant. Ichi Fuji ni taka san nasumi. Don't ask me why. What did you dream about in your first dream this year? what did you dream about in your first dream this year? This question goes to Toastmaster Naito.
Okay, well, thank you for the question. Ichifuji Mitaka-san Nasubi. Okay, I've forgotten those words that even existed, and I have no idea why people dream of those things. There must be a saying, but I definitely didn't dream any of those three things. Honestly, I can't remember what I dreamt about, but I think I dreamt about something that made me nervous, like I was being chased for some time. I had some deadline, I had to do something. I don't have enough time, or I don't know how to do this. So sometimes, like maybe you're being chased. It's not exactly a nightmare, but not a happy dream, or achieving something great. Maybe it's a reflection of my life. I always feel like maybe there's something that I forgot to do, that I forgot to reply to an email, I forgot to do my assignment, and somebody's going to come after me and accuse me of not being reliable. But, well, I wake up and it's a dream. So reality was better than my semi-nightmares. Well, what did I want to dream about? Well, just like everybody, healthy life, nice food, nice drinks, people around me being happy, being recognized, and maybe perhaps winning one of the awards in my upcoming evaluation contest. So more practice and achieve better results. So that's my dream and my resolution for this year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Being chased by a deadline. I don't have to dream those things because it's my reality, actually. Thank you so much. All right, so the last question is, did you make any New Year's resolutions this year? Why or why not? Did you make any New Year's resolution? Tell us about it. Why or why not? And this goes to Toastmaster Stefano.
Okay, thank you, Table Topic Master. I did make a New Year's resolution, but I don't know if it's a good answer. I always start the year with a very long list of things that I want to do. I'm very greedy in terms of the things I want to try and fit in the year, and usually it happens is you're very greedy and you end up not doing anything. So my New Year's resolution first is to trim down on the number of New Year's resolution that I have from the previous year, from maybe 20 to maybe 3. I heard recently from a speech that 3 is a very good number of things to do to get things done. So I'm still thinking about the 3 things that I want to achieve most in this year. So rather than being a bit too hasty, I guess I'm going to spend a good all the time in January to see what matters the most and come up with my resolution. But it's hard because I keep saying I am very greedy in terms of the things, number of things that I want to get done. But I'm slowly coming to accept that unless I cut the less relevant things, I won't do the most important things. So that's also something that I'm slowly learning. So I haven't answered your question yet, but there's one thing that I want to do. I mentioned last year I started an online EMBA course. So that's something that has a submission due in end of February. So that's something I need to get done. But the other two, I think, want to find a balance between something like work and something family related. So if you do have any tips, please add them in the comment form. Okay, that's it. Thank you, and back to you, Table Topics Master.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Stefano. Definitely one of the most ambitious people I know, for sure. Okay, well, thank you for that most epic table topic speech where everyone got to do a speech. Now, may I have the timers reports, please?
Yes, Toastmaster Miyawaki, 2 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Victor, 2 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Araki, 1 minute 40 seconds. And Toastmaster Naito, 1 minute 57 seconds.
And Stefano was 2 minutes 10 seconds.
Okay, so.
All right, so everyone qualifies. So please vote for your favorite table topic speaker by sending private chat to Toastmaster Stefano. And I will pass the control back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Naito.
Thank you very much for the great table topic session. So now I'd like to pass the control to the general evaluator for the evaluation session. Toastmaster Takamiyawaki, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm the general evaluator today. Do we need some time to vote? Are we all okay? Are we okay? Okay. So vote counter is Stefano, right? Okay, let me just send it. Sorry. Okay, so let's start the general evaluation session. Evaluation sessions has 3 parts. The first part is speech evaluation. The second part is role takers report, and the third part is general evaluation by me. So our evaluator today is Toastmaster Rie Araki. Rie-san, are you ready? Okay, floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Takamiyawaki. First of all, congratulations on your icebreaker speech, Stefano-san. And let me say that you are really a reliable and responsible person after seeing all the tasks and roles you have taken so far as VPE. Anyway, I'd like to point out a few good things about your speech today. And first of all, the speech was well structured, where you mentioned first how you were claimed as an unreliable person by your mother and how it became a trigger or an epic moment for you to change your mindset and try something new, which is to study for CFA. And you felt the taste of achieving something, and this experience continued to shape your mindset today. So I think your mindset has continued for more than now 10 years and shaped who you are today. And it's very good story to get to know you better. And overall, I think the story was very easy to follow. And I think the storyline is very something we can relate to. We sometimes come across a moment that we need to change, and it happens to everyone, I think. So I think it's a good storyline. One thing for improvement, I think it's a great speech, but one thing for improvement would be to maybe use some gestures and change your tone of voice so that your speech will be more lively. But otherwise, I think it was such an excellent speech. Thank you. Back to you, Miyawaki-san.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Rie-san. All right. Okay, let's move on to the role takers report. No, sorry. Timers report first, please.
Yes, so Toastmaster Rie Araki's evaluation was 2 minutes 1 second. 2 minutes 1 second.
201. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving on to the role takers report. First role is Grammarian Victor, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Miyawaki. Today, during the session, I pick up some words, some good root of English. This is a list of words that I pick up. It struck me I think it's a good way to say something that came to you, something that just enlightened you at that moment, or something that unexpected happened to you and you just take notice. Then mindless night drinking. Well, usually when you drink, you don't think much. So I think it's a good way to describe the night. The taste of achievement. Once you feel that you are gonna achieve something, you're just saying the taste of achievement is just about to get it, right? So it's pretty good way to say it. Think about the past, being recognized, and also trim down. It's a way to cut down the number of items or list of items that you have. Trim down also can be used to cut or reduce the number of things. That's my report for today from grammarian perspective.
Thank you very much, Victor. Would you report the word meister as a word meister, please?
Yes, today the word of the day is epic, and I found that Stefano used it once during his speech, Naito-san used it twice, I used it once, Rie Araki used it once. If I miss someone, please let me know. This is what I was able to take note of.
Oh, Miyawaki-san.
Miyawaki-san.
And also
Miyawaki-san.
Dice.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Victor, for both reports. Okay, and our counter today is Toastmaster Dice Kono. Kono-san, please.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Okay, let's go through the list. I think each person has their favorite clutch word. I certainly have a few of my own. Stefano's favorite is and so. Each one definitely more than 5 times each between the times that he spoke, and a couple of ums in between. Also a little bit of nervous laughter here and there, but I think that's because he's such a nice guy. Toastmaster Naito, is his favorite with 3, the 2 ums as well. Very few in general. Toastmaster Rie, your favorite one is at least 5 times. And Toastmaster Taka is also and sprinkled with a few you knows. It's another favorite of yours. And I must say that Toastmaster Victor has a perfect score as usual. I didn't pick up any clutch word. And for myself, I've probably used all of those clutch words. Okay, so back to you, Toastmaster Miraki.
Thank you very much. Very creative report. Thank you very much. Okay, did I cover all role takers report? I did? Okay. Thank you very much. So I would like to give the general evaluation. So the meeting actually started about 5 minutes or a little less than 5 minutes late. Sorry about that. I tried to jump in, but I had a meeting before this meeting. And also Cisco WebEx usually takes the time to log on to. I don't know why. But this was a very epic meeting. Thanks to everyone. So we only had one speech, but Stefano made a very, very, very good speech. Personal story, good relationship we saw between you and your grandma, and your party night to study night. That was good change as well. So I think everyone can relate to your story. Thank you very much. We really enjoyed your speech. Okay, and table topics was great too. Very excellent selection of topics, Kono-san. All 5 topics: unexpected things happen, Christmas or New Year holiday, reset your last year, first dream, and New Year's resolution. So all topics are. Yeah, we can make up our own stories in for these 5 topics. I found it really I don't know, you spend time to actually select these topics or just pick them, but it was really good selection of topics. Thank you very much. Yep. Okay, and evaluation. So Rie-san did a wonderful job. You actually had a little time left. You only spent 2 minutes. You have 1 more minute, so it was okay to make a few comments after that. But you picked you actually complimented the value of the speech first, which is very good. Your mindset, it was, no. You found your mindset and then it lasted to make you, to form you, and it was a very, you found the speech value in there. So that was a good point. And another good point was storyline, and that was relatable. And your suggestion was gesture. So you had 1 minute left. So you could elaborate the good points a little bit more, or maybe explain how the gesture could make the speech, maybe give examples, or some specific gestures that you would suggest. But very concise and very easy to understand evaluation. So thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, I really like the storyline. Yes, I agree with that. Okay, and role takers report. Yeah, so Victor picked 5 words, phrases, all great. Thank you very much. Good review. And Epic was a good selection of word of the day too. Easy to use. Everybody can participate. So thank you very much, Victor. Nice selection. And Kono-san, nice, very effective way to report. I like the way you described favorite clutch word. No, it's not our favorite clutch word, but yeah, we use it a lot. Unconsciously, so a very nice ways to deliver that. Yes. So all in all, I think this meeting was a very good meeting. Although we only have one speech, but instead we had 5 table topics within 1 hour session. So that was really good use of 1 hour. So really liked. Glad I'm here today. Wish to have maybe one more speaker in a 1 hour meeting. So everybody try to come up with the topic in the future meetings. Okay. So with that, I give the control back to Toastmaster of the day, Naito-san.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Back to you, Naito-san.
Okay, thank you very much for a great general evaluation session. Now I'd like to ask the vote counter. Toastmaster Stefano, are you ready to announce the results?
Yes, but I have disappointing news. I will abstain as the tie-breaking vote, which means everyone gets a vote each. So everyone who spoke is a winner. So well done, everyone. So we all voted for each other.
Wow. Okay,
That's funny.
this is a miracle. Every
That's epic.
votes all spread out evenly.
That's epic.
Okay, so congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone.
Okay, so now I'd like to go and hand over the control back to the president, Toastmaster Rie. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mr. Naito. Before we go on to any club business, can we take a photo first?
Sure.
Okay. So could everyone make a tea as usual? Okay, thank you. Okay, count of 3. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, good. So any club business from anyone? Okay, Stefano-san, please.
Yes, regarding the upcoming area speech contest. So firstly, apologies, there's been some issues with the email, so maybe you might have not received a few, but maybe you might have received the email regarding the communication that on 26th of February, we are planning to host the Area J3 contest. I've already received some feedback from a few club members that Naito-san can't attend, but at this stage we haven't arranged the contest yet, so we have this date as tentative. I also emailed other clubs in Area J3, so I'm also waiting for their feedback. They'll have their meetings this Saturday, so I gave them this weekend as the deadline, so I should be able to get a bit more information, but tentatively the contest is set for 26th of February, and we'll evaluate based on the feedback that we received, which means personally it'd be great if we could choose our club contestants as soon as possible so that we can, which will also help with the date. And the two candidates for our evening meetings are, it's a bit short notice, but 19th of January or 16th of February. And since we have 2 slots each for each contest, we would only have to hold the club contest if we have more than 2 people wanting to take place, which based on the feedback is received so far is unlikely. I'll email people individually to see if anyone would like to enter the contest, but if anyone here eligible can attend the contest, please let me know, and so we can start counting and planning. Yeah, Kono-san, feel free to add anything, but from a VP perspective, maybe having some idea by the 19th of January would definitely help us organize and liaise things a bit quicker.
No, I don't think I have anything to add. I would encourage even Naito-san, if you think you cannot attend, if it was the 26th, to go ahead and be in the club contest, because it's likely we will change the date. We're just waiting for the answer from the other clubs.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. And yeah, I'll get in touch via email so we can continue planning. And other than contestants, we also always need helpers. So yes, I'll also be in touch regarding helper roles. And yeah, thank you in advance for your help and cooperation. Back to you, President Ark.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stefano-san. Anything else from any other members?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Naito-san,
may I?
please.
So, okay, how are we doing on the TLI attendance? I haven't attended any in December. I plan to attend 3 of them within January, but I'd like to know if anybody has been attending them.
I've definitely attended 2. I think Stefano's been at a couple.
And there are a few coming up on Sunday, so Sunday might be a good TLI date too.
What's TLI? Is that a learning session?
It's a 90-minute. Yeah, I mean, there are many topics. Maybe we should just show the.
I think I attended once last year.
Yeah. So, okay, as an officer, this doubles as the club officer training. This is club officer training. In order for us to get a DCP, at least 4 officers need to attend 3 TLI sessions during this period. And if you look at, okay, thank you, Tawa-san. Yeah, this is the entire list. So some of them are already over. So what is this weekend? January 7th, 8th, right? I think there's a few coming up. And
the judge one,
yeah.
So Sunday's judge training, Japanese English.
The judge training is
Monday is effective meeting.
Okay, and also as a Division J is hosting a TLI on the 15th, the Sunday after, and it's entitled "How to Write a Winning Speech." I wanted to show the flyer, but I'm using my email, so I can't show it to you. But basically, we have Russ Hauser, who's a multiple-time Japan champion, to come and talk about how to write a contest speech. So please, yeah, join that one if would be happy if you could join, but join any of them and try to join 3, especially if you're an officer. But anyone can join these TLI sessions. You don't have to be an officer.
Yeah, and if you cannot, stay on the whole entire session, just join part of it. Maybe just listen in, and fill out the attendance form to get the credit. So
Yeah.
you can do that too. Yeah, this one looks great. Yeah.
It's great. All we have to do is book Russ, and he'll do all the talking. So it's good for us.
Perfect.
So do we have that? Did we get this flyer by email?
I asked all the ADs to send, but it's also on our Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Division J and TMC, which is the entire district.
I'll send it in the meeting report for club members
Fine,
too.
you just send it to all the
Yep.
clubs just for
Thank
good
you.
measure.
Mhm.
And the actual registration form, you have to register to get the Zoom ID, is in the flyer, but it's also in that website that Miyawaki-san just showed us.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so anything else? Taka-san?
No, I have to post that flyer on the website. I'll do that tonight.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, so anything else from anyone? Tomo-san, no? Okay, so we still have 5 minutes, but I'll give 5 minutes back to everyone. So thank you very much. So I'd like to call this meeting, 165th meeting, adjourned.